Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today our session is primarily focused on uh, a topic very important in our society. This is about the digital dynamics of money. And in our specific session, we'll be focusing on the metadata of digital money. As you are seeing in this architecture diagram, I have classified the metadata related to money, specifically digital money, into certain sections. It begins with the metadata, the core monetary metadata. And we have to understand this is built in perspective of the digital money implementation using decentralized software stack, primarily using blockchain, smart contracts, public key cryptography, wallet systems, tokenization standards, and different kind of smart contracts for building treasuries, liquidity pools, oracles, and on-chain and off-chain implementation of token metadata, monetary policy rules, and blockchain oracles, etc. So this is very important when we look at the future of money, because as we are seeing in the current society, money is branching out to different formats: the plastic money, virtual money, and money in the form of stable coins and money market related representations like deposit tokens, and so on and so forth. So without a proper understanding of the metadata of money, we will not be able to connect the dots and build a robust monetary system. It begins with the conventional economics. As you see here, the core monetary metadata begins with the supply parameters, the currency properties, and the policy rules encoded in smart contracts. Then comes the structural property of consensus. When you look at the next level, it is about the identity. We spoke about digital identity in detail in our previous sessions. Identity and access metadata are related to the digital wallet, the digital signatures and ownership proofs, privacy settings, so on and so forth. And then comes the transaction metadata, which connects to fee structure, input and output references, transaction hash, and smart contract events, etc. Then the business model of monetary system comes in. That is where the tokenization systems, different standards for tokenizing money. The primarily we use ERC20 with a simple standard for all the fungible forms of money, right? And then you can think about other standards like semi-fungible token standard and other standards in the same landscape. Then the compliance related metadata, token properties, the tokens, fungibility and divisibility comes in. And then comes the very important aspect of the real value of the money. How do you ingest the real value through oracles, collateralization ratios, liquidity pools in terms of decentralized exchanges and market makers, and then circulation metadata, dealing with the network activity, the whitelisting, the number of users who are interacting with the money, the velocity metrics, the transaction frequency, which is very important in stablecoin systems and decentralized exchanges, then holding patterns, and finally comes the governance system, the treasury and the vault, and the decentralized autonomous organizations like DAOs. where the proposals of the spending the money and the management of the treasury balances and protocol upgrades comes in. If you look at the entire spectrum, what we can understand is metadata of money hold a very important role in the future of designing stablecoin systems and beyond. It was a protocol from David Chong, in which he inspired me to think about this aspect. How do you handle the metadata in blockchains? What is the kind of privacy preserving techniques you blend in when digital money, decentralization of digital money becomes the norm? That's why it is very, very important that we understand the dynamics of metadata and structure the monetary system accordingly. This is the introduction of the current landscape, how the blockchain technology, smart contracts, tokenization systems, and identity and access management systems and cryptography has been engineered together, and how can they be used together effectively to handle the metadata of money. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and share this video in your network.